Stand up, stop hate, and be part of the change. Hi, Bob Cole from the KVET Morning Show. We've talked a lot about bullying, its consequences, and its effect on so many people in our community. But most of the folks that we've talked to have been at the high school level or maybe part of a different school district. Now we go to the Austin Independent School District, and we go to the elementary level, and one of the best known and wonderful principals you'll find from Gillette Elementary School. This is Principal Janie Ruiz. Mr. Ruiz, it is great to meet you. Thank you for all the good work your school is charting on so many high acceptance levels and achievements levels, even recycling, as I recall.
Yes.
Yeah, and so it's great to see the groundbreaking work you're doing there. When it comes to bullying, we already know that it's not a huge problem at the elementary level, but what we've learned is that's where it begins.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. What we find is as 5-year-olds, when they come into the kindergarten program, there's one or two things that have happened. One, they have either been socialized somewhere along the system with their parents and outside on what's appropriate when dealing with other people and conflict, or they've come in, they've already had some socialization in that area. And so you start with a kindergartner and you say, where are they and how do we need to provide support systems for them to get along with other kids? And that's usually it. The conflict starts. What we consider it, or what I call it, is low-level bullying. That's the teasing level, where kids will say, no, you can't play with me. No, I won't share that toy. You're not in our club.
Or passive-aggressively,
or
we
passive-aggressively.
Like they come to sit at the lunch table and you have somebody else take the seat.
Exactly.
Crushing.
That's right.
Crushing things.
Exactly.
And so how do you find that? Is it reported or is it observed?
It's observed. Every now and then we call it reporting. It's not tattling. We always talk about reporting being that
different than snitching?
Right, exactly.
Good.
And so, but we really want to know if a kid's, quote, has their feeling hurt, feel excluded, or they're playing over by themselves and they don't know how to interact. Those are real cues for us to go ahead and start intervening and helping those kids. How do you interplay when someone starts ridiculing you? What's your response? We talk about all the different ways that you can respond to an inappropriate interaction with you. And then we help the target, and that's really what they are, we help the target build their self-esteem, have the words that they need to say to the person who's hurting them in some way.
I was a long-time principal at the elementary level, and I believe you've been a principal not just at Gillette Elementary, but
at Becker Elementary.
At Becker. Now that's two different sort of environments.
Yes, sir.
Sociologically?
Right, social-economically.
Economically.
Yes, and we know that economically disadvantaged students usually come in with lower oral language skills, lower vocabulary levels.
Social interaction.
Right, and so when you don't have the vocabulary to express yourself, then we find you express yourself in other ways. Physically, more on that aggressive line, and again, not purposeful, just not been in a situation and not observing a situation in which they can be nice in a school system.
Ms. Ruiz, what would you ask parents to look for, whether it be that their child might be a victim or a target, or in many cases, not that they're bad kids, a lot of kids are actually doing the bullying. Can parents spot that?
Yes, they can start spotting it very, very young. When they see kids, their own or others, in the sandbox, kind of being physical toward others, excluding others, it's a great time to intervene and say, it looks like Sally wants to play with you. I know Sally might not want to play right now, you don't want her to play right now, but what could you do to help Sally play with you later? So that you start modeling for kids. They need to see that with adults, so that moms and dads and community members are being nice and kind to each other instead of being ridiculed. And because if not, whatever you see, you repeat in your own learning.
Very educational. One of the truly wonderful, great, successful principals in our area, Janie Ruiz from Gillette Elementary School. If you'd like to know more about this project to stop bullying, and we hope you do, check our website, kvet.com.